Hey guys, if you've seen the previous recaps of this anime, please skip the preview. The preview time is displayed on the screen. However, if you're watching this anime, Great Cleric for the first time, please don't skip the preview, so let's continue. Previously, Lucile was reincarnated to another world after an unlucky death, so this time he chose to be a healer to avoid any threat and joined the Healers Guild. But soon he discovered that all the healers of this world are corrupted, and one of them was this Bataculi. Bataculi was the wealthiest healer around the kingdom and the owner of the biggest clinic business of the capital. But he only uses high-level healings on his patients to charge triple payment from them, and if a patient is unable to pay the healing payment, Bataculi sells them off to slave traders. So Lucile began to do that same healing at a very low rate, which ruined Bataculi's business. So that fatso wrote a letter to the Healers Guild leader with a complete lie that Lucile is a corrupt healer and was charging double the amount of healings to the patients. Just so Lucile could get transfer order from Healer Guild. So as the story continues, 6 months had passed out and Lucile was enjoying his life as usual, and Lucile had grown some muscle as a result of his training with Broad. But Gulgar tells him that the training Lucile had gone through, others in the guild saw that and nicknamed him the Zombie Man. It was all thanks to Broad and his hellish training. But Broad considered himself a very gentle trainer, which was difficult for anyone to consume. But then Nanaella comes with a letter for Lucile. So Gulgar begins to tease them as they seem closer to each other, and they became seriously embarrassed with that comment. After that, Lucile noticed that the letter was from the Holy Church of Shurul, the healer's headquarters. And it stated that Lucile has to work in the healer's headquarters because he reached level 5 in holy magic at a very young age, so the church wants to develop his ability. But the church also knew he was assigned at the guild for work, so they gave him a 6 months time to complete his agreement of work and transfer to healer's headquarters. And it was directly signed by the Pope himself, so Lucile can't avoid it. Broad realized instantly that Fatso Bataculi is behind his transfer, because he wants to run his corrupted clinic again. But nonetheless Lucile has 6 months, so Broad gets ready to double his training in magic and combats. Lucile was confident he could go through it, but he lost his will right from the first day. There this cat girl wanted him heal some other patients as well, but Gulgar comes in with his daily dose of poison. So Lucile once again brought back his enslaved confidence to drink that stinky dump. After that, when Gulgar and Broad were in the dining hall, Gulagar asked about that potion-looking drink that Broad makes Lucile drink it every day. So Broad tell him, he read it in a book that it could amplify Lucile's powers. But Broad doesn't have any idea if that drink actually works or not, but Gulgar tells Broad that Lucile completely stinks after drinking that poison, like this one time when Lucile was with his girls. Gulgar intentionally gave him that stinky dump and ruined his time with Monica and Nanaella, but their Galba comes after negotiating with someone people to look after Lucile. And after digging up his sources, he confirmed that Bataculi was behind Lucile's transfer orders. Lucile was still weak, so their Galba asked about Lucile's progress in training. So according to Broad, Lucile could handle an rank C adventurer so far, so judging from his slow progress, Gulgar asked Galba to train Lucile as well. But Galba got excited because he was the former top-class assassin, so Gulgar quickly changed the subject to Lucile's love life. And Galba has observed that all the receptionist girls always pamper Lucile, but others call him a zombie man because of Broad. Then 6 months had passed in a flash and Lucile gets to Broad for one last time, so Lucile took Broad to a cemetery to show all those graves whom Lucile failed to protect, so to avoid this deaths, he requested Broad to train new adventurers so they can gain experience, as well as educating them in basic herbs and medicinal plants with which they could take care of some part of illness and injury themselves, to avoid going to Bataculi's clinic. Broad agreed with him, but then he asked about Monica. Since Lucile had brought Monica from the Healers Guild, she might go back after he leaves, but Lucile wants to leave that decision up to her. So Broad's concern was over, so he called out Monica and Nanaella out from their hiding. They were listening to everything, but yet Lucile thanked them for always helping him out. But Nanaella instead thanked him for never discriminating beast men, and Monica was thankful to Lucile for saving her life and even bringing her to the Adventurers Guild to protect her, but still. Before leaving, Lucile thanked Nanaella for taking care of him and always helping him with laundry. Nanaella got happy that she had an upper hand. But then Lucile thanked Monica for being his inspiration, because Lucile didn't flee from Broad's harsh training. He got this resolve after he saved her from near death. and realized he could save many more if he becomes stronger. Monica felt so good that she started to cry out. After that, before leaving, Broad promoted Lucile to an E-rank adventurer, so Lucile promised that he would definitely land a hit on him one day. So Broad gets ahead and promises he would do anything if that happens, so Lucile told him to drink 5 glasses of his poison drink if that does happens, so now it was time for him to leave. So for the last time, he gave a warm thanks to everyone from the guild, so Broad thanked him in return on behalf of everyone because Lucile had saved many adventurers and commoners. For that, Broad gives him a magic bag and some money for his new life in the capital, and everyone there said a heartfelt goodbye to him. Then Lucile takes off to travel to the capital and a guard told him his traveling companion were waiting for him. Lucile gets there and saw Bazin and his men were there to safely escort him to the capital, and from there on Lucile is going to start a new adventure of life in another world. So with that, half of the anime had come to an end, but please tell me in the comments section if you want to watch upcoming episodes of this anime. Because I only want to bring out those anime which you want to watch, so please do tell me in the comments section. So that's it for today guys, see you in our next video.